Now, I mentioned I sat next to Darius Rucker at this Jim Valvano celebrity golf event, and then they'd always have these great auction items. And that was the auction where Michael Jordan bought a motorcycle for like $21,000, and he just gave it to Roy Williams there. You know, Jordan gets competitive in everything, and all of a sudden somebody wants a motorcycle. Jordan wants the motorcycle, but he doesn't really want the motorcycle. He just wants to win the auction for the motorcycle, and then he gave it to Roy Williams. I think Roy still has that. But I'm sitting next to Darius, and I bid on a Barry Sanders, Wayne Gretzky combo jersey. So I had
combo.
You could get Gretzky and Barry Sanders together, and I remember bidding on that. Paid a couple of grand for that autographed jerseys. And then all of a sudden they brought out Ric Flair's fur coat. And Darius just went crazy. He goes, I don't care what the price. Like, he's not a good person to have in the auction because he's saying, I'll pay whatever price. That's what an auctioneer wants to hear. It's up to 20 grand. And Darius is just keeping his hand up. Like, he was going to come home with the Ric Flair fur coat.
Now you can, when you're single, that's easy to display.
He was single at the time.
Easy to display.
He still has it. I texted him to let him know we were going to talk about this. I don't know if he's on the road or what he's doing, but man, he had to have that Ric Flair fur coat. Yeah, Fritzy.
Is there an article of clothing, movie, TV show, athlete that you would have to have or want more than any other item, whether it's a hat, shirt, jacket?
Yeah, Paulie.
If the actual sweatshirt that John Belushi wore that said college from Animal House was available.
Good call.
I would put I know I wouldn't be able to win it because everyone else would want it. I went to Southern Illinois University. It's in the window of a shop there because Jim Belushi had it made for his brother. And the legend goes that he got it back afterwards. And there's a T-shirt shop at Southern Illinois University that still has the original college sweatshirt. Now, they had it guarded and all that stuff. Who knows if it's real or not, but that was the legend. I would buy that.
Yeah, Fritzy.
I know they have a bunch of knockoffs on eBay and stuff, but if you had the original Rocky Balboa Italian Stallion red and gold robe that it came out in, I think that would be tremendous.
McLovin, you got one piece of clothing?
Come to me last.
Okay. Seton, you got one?
Come to me laster.
Okay.
The college one is so good. I'm stuck on that now.
Yeah, it's kind of just blanked everything else out for me.
So it could be movies, it could be TV, it could be sports. It's basically the thing you want.
I'm sure there's a couple of things that are right in front of us and we're not even thinking about.
Right, we have half of it here.
Yeah.
Like literally right
in
front
of
us.
Yeah. I'm lucky I've got quite a few pieces of memorabilia in the the home man cave. Yeah, McLevin.
But I feel like you and Paulie, you don't like the biggest thing necessarily. You guys like the odd thing.
Yes. Yeah.
Something with a twist. Not like the bat that was used to hit the biggest home run of all time. That doesn't move the needle.
I collect USFL memorabilia. I have a pretty nice selection of that. Not a ton. I have a few different ABA things. I collect some St. Louis Spirit stuff. I have the team yearbook, the year Spirits 74, 75. Bob Costas is the play-by-play man. Mm-hmm. And it's just a cool little thing. Found it for $4, but you can find these niche stuff.
Yeah, Fritzy.
I know it's in the Smithsonian or something like that, but something like Archie Bunker's chair from All in the Family. Imagine if you had that in your basement and you encased it in glass or whatever, or just something from your favorite show. It doesn't even have to be a moment, but just an artifact or an item from one of the greatest shows ever.
That wouldn't be one that I would pick out.
Archie Bunker's chair.
No.
Encased in glass.
No.
I love that.
I can see you go down to the basement and somebody's going, why can't I sit in that? Well, that's Archie Bunker's from All in the Family.
Because you just had cheese doodles and you're going to wipe it on the Archie Bunker chair and spill your beer on it. You're not going to have that. You know how much I spent for this chair?
Yeah, McLovin.
But you always tell those great stories about your kids ruining memorabilia.
Oh, there's one day I show up and my kids are out there with a signed Arnold Palmer putter. And I go, what are we doing? And you never use this, Dad. I go, there's a reason I don't. My daughter took the autographed Pete Sampras tennis racket to one of her tennis tournaments. And my daughter wasn't a very good tennis player. And she came home and it was on the kitchen table. And I said, Grace, what are you doing? She goes, what? Aren't you supposed to use the racket for tennis, Dad? I was stupid. You're not even using these things, Dad. And as Paulie likes to joke, I had the Wayne Gretzky skates that, my son was using to cut carrots one day. Yeah. That's not a true story, by the way.
They're out raking the leaves with a sand trap rake from St. Andrews, autographed by Gary Player. Sorry, Dad, I'm doing the leaves. How about this? Remember the movie Caddyshack?
Yeah.
Al Chervik, Rodney Dangerfield's golf bag.
That's good. I like the golf bag.
That's one of one.
Yeah. I like that. Yeah, McLovin.
By the way, sometimes we're shooting in the man cave and we're like, hey, that looks like Sharpie on this basketball. This literally happened.
Well,
I wonder who signed that.
Remember, we were playing with the football, and it's Joe Montana.
Yes.
And he signed it. And all of a sudden, I said, guys, what happened to the Joe Montana autographed football? So we didn't realize it was the Joe Montana autographed football, and we were playing outside. So you scuffed it all up, and then we had to go back to Montana and say, hey, Joe, would you sign this again?
That's humbling, being a grown man asking Joe Montana to re-sign a ball he signed 6 years earlier.
We thought so much of it, we played with it outside on the asphalt here. And sorry, it got a little scuffed up here.
For more Dan Patrick Show, tune to Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV or download the Dan Patrick Show app.